Welcome to today's video as of recording of this Wednesday, March 26th, 2025. Today is a very special day for the Star Trek ALP. First ever mod that we're going to be doing. Something that probably is overdue, and this is going to be, dare I say, the most budget-friendly mod we can possibly do to fix this. Now I just turned the topper off. This can be shut on and off. Unfortunately, the back glass cannot be turned off. Sometimes I just want to leave the topper on. Nonetheless, there are times that you're gonna get that light coming down from the back glass. And this isn't too bad, but there are a couple of packs that really show up on the playing field. One of the big ones is Chucky's Killer Pinball, and you can just see how present that yellow is. There's no way to get around that. I mean, if we're doing a review, I usually cover this up, and it's a tacky way, but it's been working. But you can see why there's times when you don't want this interfering when you're showing off the table. A lot of packs that have a lot of white will reflect down, and you'll see that. I guess this isn't so bad, but there's one that is almost as present as Chucky's. Blends in with Star Trek so good. It's just the color scheme. But look at this. I mean, it's just so hard to see like what is exactly happening over here. Problem solved. I stumbled across something on Facebook at the officially unofficial AtGames 4K group. A gentleman by the name of Eric posted a picture of Chucky's, which we just checked out. Look at, you can see that yellow on the playing field. He did a mod where it completely took that yellow away. Look at this. Look at the before and after. Also, Medieval Madness. You can see the light on the playing field after the mod. It is gone. And Eric was so kind enough to leave a link on Amazon of what exactly he used, and I will have this in the comments. Right now it's priced at $6.79. It was $6 when he bought it, and it was $5 something when I picked it up. So you know, Amazon, I'm always griping that, well, it is 32% off right now at $6.79. I'm going to call it a $6 mod because that's what I paid after taxes. Not a bad deal. When you think about replacing the glass, could cost in the hundreds, or a 3M film for $6, can we really take this off of our playing field? We're going to find out. And first things first is, I don't want to forget to do this, so I'm just going to take one of those dry cloths and just take anything I can off, because we're going to need a completely clean surface. Especially because she's been walking all over everything. Yeah, I saw your footprints. So Amazon's pretty quick, and it took about 24 hours till I got the package. Actually, if I ordered it at night, technically it was supposed to come the next day. It got held up, but all in all, it was just about the 24-hour mark, and it did arrive. It did say, you know, it's worth the running a little bit late, but nonetheless, just kind of doing this in real time here. It should just be a simple roll. I'm not sure if a squeegee's coming. I do have one, so we'll just see what's in the box. We have a roll, and so there's no squeegee. You're gonna need one, and a couple other things, but very minor supplies you'll need to kind of go over the directions too. Measure width and height of the glass area. Cut the film 20 millimeters wider than the window size, okay? Peel off the transparent backing of the film, just like that. Spray water onto the film. I am told to use soapy water. And actually, we're gonna just do it right on the back glass. Prepare the window by cleaning and spraying with water. So that's what I meant. I'm gonna spray that and not do this and just put it on there. I think that's what Eric did. Place the adhesive side of the film against the glass, which I think is the silver. This is about 60 inches long by 17.5 inches wide. And I think, I'm gonna measure, but I believe Eric cut his 21 by 12. So the screen is exactly 21 inches wide And then it was, I believe, it would have stayed true and just did the height. So yeah, 21 by 12. Now I'm going to make life a little easy on me. Take this project into the garage, use a nice little table here. The fact that it's 60 inches, just to make this as clean as I can. This is 48 inches, so I'll roll most of it out. Took the directions right off. I guess that wasn't good. We'll come back to this and try not to rip anymore. And then just peel away at this little green arrow, little DC reference there, and roll it out. Okay, I have it measured right at 21 inches. Have some masking tape. It's gonna be my best friend, and we are gonna cut this exactly from side to side at 21 inches. Now I did mess up a little bit right there, but the good news is this is 17.5 inches and we just need 12. So I'm gonna measure from here on and then leave the little, it's the part where I started too. I thought that if I had that piece of wood, it would be pretty much a no fail, but I am at the 21 inches. I just don't need all of this end. So you don't have to be super perfect on that first cut. It's tough because it wants to kind of roll up on you. Measuring this off at 12, I feel like 8-bit vinyl or 19K Fox right now. Usually we don't do mods like this. At 12 inches, it looks smaller than the actual back glass. It's weird. It just looks so much bigger on the ALP, so apologize for the echoing. So yeah, just double check your measures. I mean, you don't have to be super perfect, but I have the 12 inches by 21. We'll cut this off and then we'll finish this up. I gotta do it a little bit more. I'm so nervous that I want to mess this up because this is the final cut, but you can see I just gotta go over that line. I decided to use a spray bottle, so I just have a towel covering the table. We don't want to get anything wet, so I'm just gonna spray around the screen very lightly. I have that spray where it's just gonna be completely that mist. Couple of spots quick, and then kind of see how much comes down. I'll kind of keep up with it, and then I'll put that up and hopefully it will stick. Okay, you can kind of see it there. Pretty manageable here. Just checking on anything kind of dripping down, but for the most part, I think that's all we really need. Now with this part, once we peel off, we'll see the silver, and I think it's gonna be, one side was kind of started. You can see that that's the silver side, so I believe that's the side that's going down. I do have kind of an uglier end or uglier bottom, so I'm gonna put that on the bottom. It's not 100% perfect, but I don't want to see it on top. That covers right there, and then that is the bottom, and I have every part of the screen covered with that. And I'm going to take the squeegee and just go over everything and get all that water, that soapy water, to come out on the bottom. I always find it a little easier to do it with a very soft cloth. And eventually, kind of chase those out. A little issue on the bottom, but I guess I'll work on getting everything to get to the bottom and then kind of figure out how to get rid of those bubbles. I think I have the hang of it, so if I just start from the top and go all the way down instead of trying to work at it, I will push out the water. It shows up on the bottom, and it's a lot smoother than what we're seeing. So just a little trial and error, but I guess from right here, just like that, water comes out. This is the best way to do this. And again, it's not perfect on the bottom, but you're not going to see it. You're not going to see where that blue is right here. It blends in. It's on the top. It was a little jagged. Maybe I should use scissors, but you want that straight line. Now I was worried about dimming this, and it doesn't look like it's dimmed. So it looks pretty good. And looking at the table, Let me back this up a little bit. We'll see how it did on some of the tougher ones. I mean, you're gonna get some light from the little box, but getting to Chucky, still showing a little bit of yellow. It's not as bad, but yeah, it's still pretty, it's kind of noticeable. You know, with the lights on, I gotta be honest, if I'm just standing here playing, it's not as noticeable. It's showing up a little bit more on camera. So it works, but it doesn't. It works if you want to take the glare off and you just want to play. But if you want to do a video, you're still going to see a little bit of light. But for the most part, I mean, you're not seeing it. Chucky, it's going to be there. So let's pretend we were doing another review on here. I would have to cover it. It would have to be covered because that right there is just enough. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there. But most of them, you know, it's going to do its job. I think going forward, when I do get pinball packs from AtGames, I'll see how it looks. But if it's like Chucky, I'm trying to work my way to the thing, then I'll have to cover it. But you know, I'm not going to have to cover it for every pack now because you can't see anything. So it works again, but I guess it depends what you want to cover it for. If you're trying to do some gameplay, you might want to cover it depending on the game. But yeah, I'm going through all my packs. It's a little, see a little bit right there. $6, not a bad. Look at this. It's better. It's Chucky. I guess it's a bad one to use, but as bright as that is, you can see it a lot better now. $6. I'm just going through all of these. It's not a bad, cheap fix. There's more costly things to get that glare, but I just cut a piece of film, sprayed it with some soap water, smoothed out everything. A credit card worked on the bottom. I was having some issues on the very bottom, and I took a credit card and just went every direction I could, and you can't even tell. You can't see any bubbles. Maybe in the daytime when it's off, you might see some stuff, some imperfections, but when it's on, it looks perfect. I was worried again that this was going to be tinted, but I wanted this to have total cover here, so I wouldn't have to cover it on certain packs. But unless it's yellow or super bright, and I guess it depends on the playing field too. If it's white on white, yeah, you might see it. But I guess for the most part, I won't have to cover it for every pack now, because right here is about the area that we would play. This would be the view, and it looks pretty good. Just Chucky. That's the one. Only eyesore. Everything else, it's pretty good. So yeah, okay. I'll stop saying good. Thank you, Eric. This is a great, affordable fix. I'll leave a link in the description, not the comments. I kind of messed up on the intro. $6. Okay, the back glass will be tinted. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, we tinted the back glass. I mean, there's a reason it's not showing up as much. I mean, some of the games, some of the tables, you couldn't even tell. But that yellow, yes, it's showing up. But I have a little sliver in a corner. Star Trek Next Generation's up. I can see just a little bit of the actual back glass compared to how it looks now, and it's night and day, literally. So you will dim it. It's not going to be as bright. You can see Marvel right next to it, kind of a good comparison. But if you want a more cleaner, less bright, having that back glass shine on your table, it's not a bad deal. $6. I think I'm just going to go with it, and we'll see how it goes on future packs. But if it's really noticeable, I'll have to cover it. But for right now, yeah, I think I'll just leave it. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys next time. Maybe it's not a bad thing, you know, like my Shack Jam marquee. It's you know, it's like it's not as bright as Street Fighter 2. You know, you compare it to the Marvel. This is a little brighter, but right here is what I was talking about. I guess you can't see it on this one. Let me go back and find something that would, okay, right here. You can see I'm not 100% perfect, so that little sliver, a little bit brighter, so, you know, it is what it is. But it works. Not 100%, but enough not to have to cover it. Sometimes. This is what I use. I mean, it's kind of cheap, but I use the painter's tape or masking tape, and I just hang it up, and it covers. That's when we're playing. This is what's covering, and I leave this open, but it does the job enough. But I might not have to use it as much as it's not really a big deal for me. It's just that, let's say we had a 3-game pack, I might forget to show something, because I like to show the back box, and I like to, you know, to go on and say, okay, let's look at the table here. You know, we'll kind of zigzag our way through, look at this print, and then, you know, 1 play 50 cents. We're in the menu. We're not seeing the full thing, but you know, might have to keep using it. This is what I meant, though. Take a look at the back glass, and then, yeah, you know, the playing field. So yeah, we still see a little bit. Now there is this shining on too. Actually, I wonder how much of an impact that was, but I guess the yellow was showing up, and the topper's on. I guess this is a really bad example, but it's just a bonus shot. What I wanted to do was just the 1 play 50 cents, 5 plays, $2. Medieval Madness.